Welcome back to Autism at Home, brought to you by us at Early Autism Project Malaysia through our nonprofit initiative, The Hope Project. My name is Joshabeth Isaacs, and it's nice to see you again. Now, you may be joining us for the first time, or you may already be familiar with our content. Either way, thank you for joining us today. By now, we have released our entire starter kit, which should be your starting point if you haven't already gone through it. It includes introductory topics like teaching a child with autism, managing challenging behaviors, setting up your home, teaching cooperation, and teaching speech and language. And we've also released additional series on useful equipment as well as all about flexibility. This series, however, is entitled Making Learning Fun. Now, we know that having or working with a child with autism can be very challenging, simply because of the spectrum of autism, where some children are affected more than others, as well as the complexities of the challenges, having to teach a child every single skill. And that is exactly why we need to make learning fun. Teaching all these skills would be so much more difficult and effortful if a child is not motivated. Now, you may remember us talking about the building blocks of learning in our Starter Kit series, and how before we can teach our kiddos to do very complex skills like language and play, or even preparing for school, we need to teach them to be willing to cooperate, imitate, and pay attention or focus first. And even before we teach them that, we need to utilize strong motivation with them. Now, keep in mind, motivation here is not just about external reinforcement like toys, favorite foods, and social praise. Playtimes also need to be fun and engaging, not to mention the actual programs that are being taught and how they are taught. Most importantly, there needs to be a strong connection and positive association with the child. So in this series, we are going to cover how to be a fun teacher, identifying interests, increasing those interests, incorporating interests into learning, and finally, some additional fun ideas just for fun. So let's start at the very beginning. What is your fundamental approach to teaching? Is it more traditional or old school? I need to change visuals for this. Using a very authoritarian, disciplinary approach, often applying punishment, threats, and essentially the fear factor? Or is it more modern, positive reinforcement, based around a child's strengths and interests, utilizing age-appropriate learning strategies, praises, and rewards, essentially the fun factor? Now, have a think about that, because our first key point of this series is to actually be fun. Now, to clarify, being fun doesn't mean just for the sake of being the fun or cool teacher, but it is so you can build rapport, connection, and a positive association with your child. The stronger the rapport between a child and teacher, the more willing a child is to learn. Hence, the next lesson is about how to build that rapport and overall make learning fun and enjoyable for both of you. While waiting for that, do check out the rest of our free online resource platform, Autism at Home, which has all the corresponding articles and downloadables for you. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram and Facebook to stay updated. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next lesson.